PC gamers have an absolute stacked lineup of exclusives to pick from in 2016, and in this video we'll be taking a look at our top 10 PC exclusives of 2016. Number 10, Lawbreakers. Lawbreakers is being developed by Boss Key Productions, which is being headed by Cliff Bleszinski of Gears of War fame. The game is a sci-fi first-person shooter with very fast gameplay.
Breacher, Gunner.
The game has a focus on its gravity mechanics, causing players to jump very high and maneuver through the maps much more freely than your typical FPS. Lawbreakers is a free-to-play game and it's expected to release sometime in 2016. Number 9, Fortnite. Being developed by Epic Games, Fortnite is a co-op sandbox survival game. The game focuses on exploration, scavenging items, building armored areas to fight off waves of monsters. During the daytime, you look for different items to build your fort, and then at nighttime, you defend it from the monsters. The game has been described as a mixture of Minecraft and Left 4 Dead. That combination seems to have a lot of potential, and hopefully it delivers when it releases in 2016. Number 8, Total War Warhammer. Taking one of the most popular RTS series on the planet in Total War and combining it with the fantasy epic of Warhammer seems to be a match made in heaven. Total War Warhammer retains the popular RTS gameplay in the Total War games and features factions from the Warhammer series.
So the Empire's fielding a lot of artillery in this battle.
Each faction will be varied and have their own unique assets. Whether you're an RTS fan, a Total War fan, or a Warhammer fan, Total War Warhammer seems to be right up a lot of PC gamers' alley, and you'll be able to get your hands on it April 28th. Number 7, Lost Ark. It's pretty amazing how many people don't know about Lost Ark. If you are even remotely a fan of games like Diablo or Torchlight, you must have Lost Ark on your radar. The game plays very similarly to those games, but the biggest standout of Lost Ark has to be the visuals. These top-down dungeon crawlers usually don't have the best visuals in the world, but that's completely not the case with Lost Ark. The vivid colors, the detail in every area, the gigantic bosses, it all looks like a very modern PC game, and that's, well, because it is.
월로드는 최강의 방어력을 지닌 기사로
We still don't know exactly when we're gonna get our hands on Lost Ark, but hopefully we'll finally be able to play the game in 2016, which seems very likely. Number 6, Mount & Blade 2. Mount & Blade 2 is one of the most anticipated PC games, and with good reason. The game serves as a prequel to Mount & Blade Warband and is set 200 years before the aforementioned game. If you've never played Mount & Blade, it's an action RPG with an awesome multiplayer component as well, featuring gigantic battles and great gameplay. And expect the gameplay in Mount & Blade 2 to be much more refined than the previous games. At this point, you can check out Mount & Blade and Warband for very cheap during a Steam sale, so check those out if you haven't. For those anticipating Mount & Blade 2, you'll get your hands on it sometime in 2016. Number 5, Dreadnought. Dreadnought is a combat flight sim being developed by Jaeger Development, who actually worked on 2012's Spec Ops: The Line. The game visually looks outstanding, and in the game you play as a captain of a spacecraft battling other spacecraft.
To know your favorite class, you've got to know your enemy and know which ship.
You're able to choose from a variety of different classes, each with their strengths and weaknesses. Dreadnought looks to be one of the most promising multiplayer games in a very long time, and we just hope that Jaeger Development is able to get it right when they release Dreadnought in 2016. Number 4, Kingdom Come Deliverance. Now, Kingdom Come Deliverance will eventually release on the Xbox One and the PlayStation 4, but PC gamers will be the first to play the game. Developed by Warhorse Studios, Kingdom Come Deliverance is a historical open-world RPG being set in the 15th century medieval kingdom of Bohemia.
2 basic attacks to different parts of the body, and if you manage to change particles.
The game is running on the CryEngine, so expect some gorgeous graphics out of this game. And the game follows the son of a blacksmith in a revenge story as he attempts to avenge the death of his family who are killed by an invading army. Open-world RPGs have become some of the most popular games, and Kingdom Come Deliverance is a game that many will fawn over. Quests are intended to be open-ended with multiple ways to complete objectives, allowing different playstyle and character types to be possible. Not many people at this point know about Kingdom Come Deliverance, but trust me, this is one you want to keep your eye on. The game will be a part of Steam's Early Access program in the beginning of 2016, and you can expect the final release during the summer. Number 3, Black Desert Online. Black Desert Online has been one of the most anticipated MMORPGs in a very long time. The game was originally released in Korea back in 2014, but gamers stateside are finally going to be able to play this game. The one thing you will notice right off the bat about Black Desert Online is the visuals. They are absolutely ridiculous and probably the best you will ever see in an MMO. This is parlayed by the fact that the character customization in the game also has an insane amount of depth, with the player being able to customize just about anything in their character. The game itself takes place in a high fantasy setting and revolves around the conflict between two rival nations. The game was initially released as a free-to-play game, but in North America and Europe it'll be released as a buy-to-play. So you pay once and then you get access to the game forever. The long wait for Black Desert is almost over as it's expected to release in 2016. Number 2, XCOM 2. XCOM Enemy Unknown was one of the best strategy RPGs in recent memory. Now Firaxis Game is releasing the sequel, XCOM 2, and this time around the game will be a PC exclusive. The game takes place 20 years after the events of Enemy Unknown in a timeline where XCOM lost the war to the aliens. Expect much more quality out of both the single player and the 1v1 multiplayer mode.
You're on TV.
Players will also be able to create mods for the game where they can create campaign, class, and enemy types, and those will be able to be shared via Steam's workshop. XCOM 2 is right around the corner as it's expected to be released on February 5th, 2016. Number 1, Star Citizen. The amount of hype surrounding Star Citizen is at absolutely astronomical level, but it's warranted. Star Citizen is one of the most ambitious video games ever, trying to combine multiple video game genres into one seamless experience.
Scanning. Quantum drive. Deactivated. Scanning.
It's trying to take space trading, combat sim, a first-person shooter, all into an MMO. It's almost a bit jarring at first. The developers of the game also have a ridiculous amount of pressure and a standard to live up to as they've been funded with tens of millions of dollars. And think about this, the game's single-player Squadron 42 will feature the likes of Gary Oldman, Mark Hamill, and Gillian Anderson. The game has an insane amount of hype to live up to, and even if it comes halfway there, it'll still be a fantastic game. Hopefully it delivers when it releases sometime in 2016. That wraps up our countdown of the top 10 upcoming PC exclusives of 2016. Comment your thoughts and requests for future countdowns. Thank you for watching, and goodbye.